it going? It's Nathan. It's been a while since I've done this, so it all feels a bit unfamiliar. Just going to work. What you saw a minute ago is the new building we've got coming up. Hopefully up by Christmas or just after Christmas, and then adding 80 to 100 spaces for car storage. So check out autostore.co.uk. Obviously I'm kind of the self-appointed unofficial ambassador for Autostore. I don't actually work for Autostore, they don't pay me, but they very kindly provide me with a room for detailing, so I help them out in the showroom and doing bits for their website and obviously plugging their fantastic storage. So if you need a car storing, I'd say if you're in the Cambridge area, but we've got people that live overseas, live in London, live all over the UK really. So I think we're pretty much the biggest single site storage company in the UK once this is up. There's other storage companies which have got multiple sites, but to have everything under one roof, to have the sales, to have the workshop, to the fantastic detailing and paint protection film all under one roof, I think that's quite rare. Anyway, tea's brewing. Let me show you in the showroom briefly, because it's looking quite colourful. Wait for the white balance to adjust. Auto white balance now. It's looking quite colourful. Oh, you've probably already seen the red car. In fact, let me turn it around. So, probably one of my favourites. That's quite nice. 993 RS with a Club Sport pack, so it's got the big rear spoiler and these little fins at the front. So we sold this, customer said keep it in the showroom, if you get any good offers. It's back up for sale, so I think this is offers around 300,000 at the moment. This thing's lovely. In 1959 Corvette, it was restored in New York and has done about 100 miles since then. Still got all the stickers on the carpets. This is cool. Exhaust's coming through there, and if it focuses underneath here with the light, it doesn't, but it's just as clean underneath as it is on top. What else? Noble, we've had that in for a little while, possibly trading that against a GTR soon. Ferrari Alley, all the special ones, Speciale, Scuderia and Challenge Stradale, which is always a bit of a mouthful when you mumble like myself. 911R, that seems pretty standard in here these days. And then this, which, come on focus. And then this thing, which is just beautiful. Weissach pack car, guards red, black detailing, pretty much the perfect spec if you ask me. Done about 1,000 miles, and barring the final transfer, this is pretty much sold, going out today. So I thought I'd just take the opportunity to quickly have a look around it. I was lucky enough to get this in the room a little while ago and get some pictures for the new website. New website's coming hopefully before Christmas. Obviously the Weissach pack gives it carbon mirrors, carbon roof, carbon rear spoiler, and the little carbon strakes, fins at the back, sorry. I'm on manual focus because it was a bit too dark to focus in here, so sorry if the focus is out. Black and red detailing inside as well. Is it open? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so quite cool in here. Thought I'd just give you a quick look around. I did record some other footage a few weeks ago. I've been meaning to come back to the vlog many times. I've probably recorded a new vlog about 4 or 5 times. Got home, sat down, looked at the footage and thought, that's rubbish, I won't bother. So I'm just trying to catch up on it now really. It's been a busy year, and yeah, that's it really. I keep saying and. Oh, this is cool over here. 1 of 30. This Megane Trophy R. 1 of 30 cars this, UK. So it's not just the kind of big posh Porsches we do. This one's up for 32,500, 10,000 miles it's done. Anyway, as I was saying, I'm going to finish my cup of tea. I'm going to add in the footage I took now. It was a Range Rover Velar, came in for a new car detail, and it was the first car that I did with the Gtechniq Serum Ultra. So, hope you enjoyed this footage. So this Velar, it's only done 120 miles, owner picked it up, took it home, and then brought it here, hasn't done many miles on the road at all, so it was pretty clean. Needed a single stage polish, which I do anyway to get ready for the coatings, just that way you can make sure there's no waxes or oils on the paint, and it will get rid of any little micro marring. And as you'll see in this video here, on these kind of side pillars, on the bonnet and a few bits down on the door, there was some light swells, but they came out with some polishing. The bits on the side panels, they needed 2 hits. So one with a harder polish that gets rid of the deeper lines, and then a softer polish to refine it and make it nice and glassy looking. My father came in as well. He's been helping me out doing the wheels, and good job, Dad, thank you very much. Oh, colour's not adjusted. But they have been coated with Gtechniq C5 on the inside and outside. So that'll protect those against the elements and make them a lot easier to wash and keep clean. Especially these gloss black wheels, they need to look shiny for them to look good. As soon as they get a bit kind of tarnished and dirty, they start looking a bit scruffy. So the sealant's definitely a good thing, but you still need to regularly wash them. It's just going to mean that the brake dust and the road grime isn't going to embed into the wheel quite as much. So this car is in for Gtechniq's new flagship coating, Crystal Serum Ultra, and this is going to be replacing Serum Pro, or Serum as Gtechniq called it. I called it Serum Pro just so it was easier to differentiate between the two. So you're going to have Serum Light, which is this white box, and then Serum Ultra. So this is coming with now a 9-year warranty, and it's set to 10H on the pencil scale. So the old Serum Pro was 9H. This sets to 10H, which means you get a harder coating on the car. So when you're washing the car, moving any bits of kind of dirt and grime around on the car, which you should have got rid of when you've pressure washed the car, which I can go into another time, or if you've watched one of my previous videos, the best way is to pressure rinse the car first and then shampoo it. But inevitably you might end up kind of putting some marring lines into the paint, just little faint ones, and the harder the setting or the harder the sealant, the less likely you are to inflict those little lines onto the car. Obviously it's not magic. If someone came along and keyed the car, it's still going to scratch you, or if you go close to a bush, it's still going to leave some lines, but it's just this Serum Ultra sets hard enough that with a fairly decent kind of wash regime, it's you're going to not pick up the swirls and little light scratches that you would do without the sealant on there. And then then after 3 hours, it's got Gtechniq EXO going onto it, and the interior coating and the glass coating. So quite a bit to do on this car. Most of the way through it. I've just got a bit to finish with the Serum Ultra. I've done most of the car this morning. Just got a bit on the bonnet to do that I thought I'd leave to show you how it's applied. And one other thing to say. A bit of a shout out to Pristine Detail. Thank you very much for the pads. So we've got 75mm. Don't know what size these were, but smaller and really small. And so the really small ones are for the Roops Nano, which is an addition since the last video I did. And thank you to Slim's Detailing for sending this. Not free, I bought it obviously, but they were the only place I found that had one in stock, and they got it out super quick because I had a car in that needed the smaller heads that this thing comes with. So you've got, again, a really small head, and then this kind of medium-sized head, and then you step up if you're using then the larger polisher with the 75mm head. So they're the 3 different sizes now, and then these tiny little microfiber ones just give you more cutting power than the Roops. This is what the Roops comes with, these tiny little, quite cute. I'm sure I'm going to lose these, but so that's handy. Thank you, Pristine Detail. And they cut these themselves from from the bigger Maguire's microfiber pads. So you can see kind of bits of them there. So very clever. And yeah, like I said, thanks to Slims for getting that out for me. Thanks to Pristine Detail. I'll put links to those 2 things in the comments below if you want to get them. Anyway, going to shut up talking and put some of this on the car. Right, so what we've got here is the Serum Ultra. You used on the suede cloth over a foam block, which is my preferred method of doing it. It does come with a different applicator, but I just tend to get on better with this. Of course, this is a professional only applied product, so while I'm showing you how I apply it, you're never really going to need to know how to do it because you can't buy it, unfortunately. So I apply it to that size area, and then with my first towel, just start immediately buffing that off. It's quite a bit thicker than the Serum Pro, more of a kind of gloopy consistency. You can feel it as you're buffing off, but I actually prefer it to work with. You've got fractionally longer than with the Serum Pro. I think it doesn't tend to flash off quite as quickly, and it just leaves such a nice finish, much more glossy. You can feel it as you're buffing off how slick the surface is. So it's a good upgrade from Gtechniq. And then with their new cloth, this is the MF6 buffing towel. It's got a slightly different microfiber structure. Just then do a final wipe. As always, then check your work with a light to make sure that you've got all of the smears and you've not pushed the product onto the opposing panels, because if that dries, that's where you get into trouble and you have to start sanding that off. But we're looking good here, so we're going to carry on and do the rest of the bonnet. I've already done the rest of the car, like I say, and then once this is done, I can get on with some of the other smaller little jobs while the Serum Ultra has time to set properly before the application of the exo. So that was the Range Rover Velar, and this is a Porsche 997 C4S, and to be more specific, this is my Porsche 997. And to be more specific, this is my Porsche 997 C4S. So middle of this year, I decided I would start buying and selling a couple of cars, mainly so I could have a nice car for the weekends. And over the year, it didn't really cost me much. Obviously, if you buy one of these and sit on it for a long time, there's the risk of depreciation. If you have it for the short term, you can use it, enjoy it, and not lose too much money. In fact, if you're lucky, like I've been, and you buy well and do them up a little bit and sell them well, you actually make a little bit of money. So I've managed to trade up. Started off with a Boxster S. A friend saw that and he wanted to buy it off us quite quickly, so I only had that a month, and then my friend bought it. So another Boxster S, and they're great little cars actually, 987, 3.2, not that quick A to B, or not that quick in a straight line I should say, but on the corners they're really good cars to drive. Sold that again and bought another Boxster S, so 3 Boxster S's last year, pictures here and here somewhere. And if you follow my Instagram, you probably would have seen it. All pretty much the same spec as well, basalt black, all 05 cars. Yeah, and they were great. So did 3 of those and I managed to trade up to this. So this is a 2006 45,000 mile C4S. Those that know your Porsches will know that the C4S has got pretty much the same body. It's got the wider hips at the rear. The same brakes and running gear as the turbo, but instead of a turbo it's got a 3.8 normally aspirated flat 6 350 brake horsepower. Great car, it's really nice to drive. Paint I've been polishing, it needs a final stage of refinement, but The basalt black is starting to shine and have a nice gloss to it. This is what it was like, and bearing in mind it's 11 years old, some marks are to be expected. But thankfully, being in the line of work that I am, we can get rid of those and make it look nice. Got the sports exhaust on this. So switchable is a button on the dash for Sport Chrono, and when you press that, the exhaust gets a little bit louder. Had the wheels refurbished, and it's got new brakes on. So new discs and pads at the rear that we fitted, and the previous owner had just fitted discs and pads to the front as well. Looking a little bit rusty just because I washed it and then just drove it in here slowly, so as soon as you drive that next time, they're just going to skim off nicely. Front bumper's away, it had some scrapes on the underside. That's just getting the bottom end painted and then the whole thing lacquered, and then I can refit that. But I thought it would be a good opportunity to get it in the booth. I've actually had it booked in for a couple of months, and this is the first opportunity to do it. Yeah, get it in the booth, give it a good polish. So I might take a couple of before and after footage bits of this. That doesn't make any sense, Nathan. Otherwise, I will catch up with this on another vlog, I think. Hopefully when it's back on the road. I will stick the video camera in the car, go out for a little drive. But yeah, ultimately this one's going to be for sale, and hopefully trading up again to the next car. Maybe a newer C4S, the Gen 2, got the slightly revised DFI engine. Lucky enough to take it around North Wales a couple of weeks ago, generally poncing around up there, pretending I knew what I was doing. There's a drone footage bit now probably. Yeah, that's it. So like I said, I'm going to try and keep these vlogs a bit shorter and sweeter so that I've got more time to edit them, and if I've got more time to edit them, hopefully they'll become more frequent again. I think they are. The last ones I did maybe got a bit long, and then I was spending all weekend editing them, and I just got a bit, well, I ran out of time to do them. So if I can keep these a bit shorter, maybe not so much production, so they probably won't look as nice, maybe not so much music in the background, but hopefully it will keep the regularity up, and I can keep posting. So thanks for watching for now. If you're new to this channel, hopefully look back at some of the older vlogs, see what I'm trying to do, just show you the behind the scenes of how the cars get shiny. If you're a previous follower, thanks for sticking with us. Sorry I haven't posted in a while now, but like I say, hopefully these will be more regular. Subscribe, check us out on Instagram and Twitter. They're the ones that I probably update the most, and see you in the next vlog.